9, the world is relatively new and full of new experiences, for all children. I was no different. 4th grade was a simple year full of basic math, phonics, basic sentence structure, and reading, a lot of it. More importantly, it was a time in life where most children don't experience too much negativity and their world is somewhat untainted. The biggest problem for a 9-year-old dealt with having to take a marble out of the marble jar or getting your name on the board. Heaven help us if we got a check next to that name. My world fit right into the usual description of most 9-year-olds. You could even go as far as to classify me as a sheltered child. I had only attended 2 schools by this time, both of them private, and my family might have been a crazy one, but they were loving. My small world was full of petty 9-year-old problems and a mixture of books and experiences where good always triumphed over evil. Life was easy until my first semi-book report.
Okay, class. Today we're going to do our first semi-book report. You can pick any topic that you want, but it has to relate to you in some way. So, for instance, if you like dinosaurs, you could pick a book about dinosaurs to read and do your report on. Or if you like books about space, or if you like things like plants, you can read a book about that and use that. Any topic that relates to any topic that you like, you can write a book report on that.
Simple enough, but it had to be one that related to me. Finding a book on Anne Frank was completely random. I saw her book and realized she was about my age, which served as enough relation to me. Now, the real task, actually reading the book. However, I found that her story revealed a riveting tale of a girl in the middle of World War II. For the first time, I heard of German persecution, gas chambers, and concentration camps. Her story told a tale that was more than just another story. It was her story that gave me a whole new way of looking at the world and really caused me to deeply think and observe the world around me, including that of the world presented in her book. I began to empathize and reevaluate my own life. I was faced with the reality of injustices in our world. Instead of just comprehending a story, I finally took the time to understand and ask why throughout her whole story. Why did people commit these heinous acts? How could they? I began to reevaluate my own understanding of right and wrong. At age 9, that's a lot to take in. In the end, the book presentation went well, and I couldn't stop talking about Anne. However, it wasn't the book report, but it was the book itself that really mattered. This incredible story was one I couldn't forget. It led me to start my own diary and research more injustices committed throughout history. Injustices that led to the Civil Rights Movement, the Indian Independence movement, and many more. Long after the book report, I carried the book with me everywhere I went, never forgetting the incredible story of Anne Frank.